Hello everyone. It's Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com. Welcome to today's live video. We are on day 3 of the Santa's Workshop Craft Along kit, and I am really excited to craft with you today. We are going to make some really fun projects. I think so far we've made some really fun projects, but these ones are still fun. Like, I feel like sometimes I craft and I'm like, how is there anything else you can make? And then you just come up with more and more things, and they're all awesome. Hi Barb, hi cutie puppies. I like your, what's it name? What the name? I like your name. What's that called? Your handle. I think it's called your handle. Anyway, hi Marva, hi Alicia. Welcome in everyone. It is Wednesday, November 19th, 5 p.m. Central Time. As you join me, whether you are watching live or on the replay, please leave a comment, say hello, let me know that you are here. Hey, Crystal. Okay, so hi, Debbie. I'm trying to get into being a Minnesotan. Do you think it would be okay if I said y'all? I feel like so many of my friends say y'all, but it's like Deborah Harrison, who lives in Texas, and Julie Salva, who lives in Tennessee. And I feel like I'm from Minnesota. And so, you know, like I don't know, can I say y'all? Anyway, sometimes it doesn't feel as natural, but I do like that word anyway. Hi, Leanne. Okay, off on little tangents today. It's been a day, you guys. My doggy niece is here. She comes over pretty much once a week now. I go pick her up because I like to hang out with her. She likes to hang out with me. She's scared the living bejesus out of me because my craft room door was closed, but not all the way, and I'm next to the laundry room, and the laundry room light is off. Okay, so you go like through the downstairs living room, through the laundry room to my craft room, and all of a sudden my door opened, and I was like, oh my gosh, oh yeah, I have a dog here. And that's just, I guess, because I don't have a dog full time. So anyway, yeah, we say, hey guys. Yeah, that is totally true, Patty. Hey guys. Yeah, and guys is everybody. Everybody is guys. Hi, Mario. Welcome in. Thanks, Crystal. Crystal says I can say y'all. I have to work on it, make it sound more natural or feel more natural. Hi, Jennifer. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna flip my camera down here, and maybe Sadie will make an appearance. Although I did close my door all the way, so I don't know that she's going to make it this time. Yay, Mary! I'm so excited. You're from Canada, so you got your kit from Ange today. That is super exciting. I think Ange is doing her videos next week. I'm pretty sure. So I looked, I think that myself and Erica Serwin are the only ones who are keeping our original week of this week. I believe Ange, Rhonda, Julie, and Deb all moved to next week. So kind of fun because we all like to do something a little different. So maybe you want to watch all 36 videos once they come out. I don't know, that's up to you. But anyway, all right, so welcome to day 3. I thought we would just do a quick recap of the projects we've already created. So day 1, we made this cute Santa card. We also made this fun slide out box here. Super duper cute. And it's not that hard to slide out. I just struggle when I'm on camera, I guess. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Joan. Hi, Phyllis. I am so glad. Oh, she's doing hers this weekend. Well, thanks for that. No, I've been having the hardest time keeping up on schedules since I've been home from Vegas. So anywho, we made this fun slide out box as well. These are on Monday's video. So if you're just joining in, day 3 is the first video you're catching. Make sure you go back and look on Monday's video. You'll see how to make those. And then yesterday we made these. Oh, those were designed by me. And then yesterday we made these 2 projects designed by Deb Smeek. And we've got this fun elf. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, I love it. I love this fun elf card. I'm catching up. You guys are commenting so fast. And we also made this fun shaker box. Oh yeah, Nancy, I'm glad you're getting some ideas for using your set. Hi, Vera. Vera, you are like, you get the gold star because you've been keeping up. I love it. All right. Oh, cool. All right. I think I'm caught up on comments anyway. So we made this fun shaker box yesterday as well from the Festive Friends suite with some loose gold sequins in there. It's super duper cute. So if you wanted to see those projects in action, see how to make those, check out Tuesday's video, November 18th, okay? All right, today we are on day 3. That means we are making some projects designed by my dear friend, Julie Salva from Tennessee. And these are super duper cute. So Julie went with a fun fold. Now this is what it looks like when it's folded flat, okay? But it pops up. It's a column card, but it has like a bonus piece on here. So this is actually quite simple to make, so we'll make that one first. And then look at this. It stands up, right? It's not perfectly, you know, there you go. It stands up. And then she also designed this super cute treat holder using I almost said a cello bag. You could use a cello bag, but using one of our clear envelopes. And here's the back side, so you have a space to write on that. 9 p.m., so 3 hours. 9 your time, so 3 hours from now. Yeah, I think Ange is Pacific time. And I know she's a teacher, so she has to wait till she gets home. But anyway, so we are going to make this as well. So if you registered for your kit and you've got your mints, pull them out. We're going to need them tonight. And this is one of those projects where you're going to end up sealing it closed. So whatever you put inside, you're probably not going to be able to open again until your recipient opens it. So I would just keep that in mind. Whatever you put in there is probably going to stay in there. You could maybe like pull it apart and, you know, do some magic, do some of that if you want to, but yeah. Okay, anyway, so let's talk about the PDF. If you registered for the Craft Along Kit, you've already got your PDF. That was emailed out last week. If you're on my team, if you're an incredible crafter, you've got free access to your PDF, or to this PDF, just like all of my classes. And if you do not have the PDF and you want it, there are 2 ways you can get it. I mean, look at this thing. I kind of skip pages. I'm not good at being a page flipper. I like grab a bunch at a time. It's kind of like my shuffling. Can I shuffle cards? Yeah. Is it pretty? Not always. Anyway, so if you would like this PDF, there are 2 ways you can get it. The first way is I'm actually offering it for free with an order in my online store this week. So if you place a $50 order before tax and shipping and after you apply any Stampin' Rewards in my online store through the end of the day this Saturday, November 22nd, you're going to get this PDF for free. I went all techie and geeked out, so you're going to automatically, if you qualify with your order, you're going to automatically receive this in your email about 10 minutes after I get your order confirmation email. Otherwise, you can buy this directly from my PDF store. So maybe you're in a different country, maybe you're already a demo, whatever it is, you can also just buy this directly from my PDF store. Both of those links are in the description of this video, and yeah, it's awesome. 33 pages. It's so good. You're going to love it. So we are going to flip to this page. You know what I didn't do this time? Sometimes I add the page number on the bottom of all of them, and I totally forgot to do that this time. So, you know, if you have the PDF, flip to Julie's card. I know, that's super helpful, right? Anyway, let's go ahead and cut our pieces. So we are going to cut our pieces for our first project, which is the Fun Fold card. We're going to start with our real red cardstock. I don't know if I already have. I like to use from my scraps before cutting into a full sheet if I can, but sometimes, you know, I just don't know if I already have a scrap. Okay, we're going to cut this in half at 5 1/2. And then we're going to cut 1/4 inch off. So it's going to be 8 1/4. I'm just going to line up that 1/4 inch on the right side of my trimmer and cut that off. And then we're going to score this in a minute. I'm going to use my scoreboard. And then we want another piece that is 4 by 4 1/2. Okay, 4. And then we're going to also score this piece. So just set that to the side for now. Okay. All right, then what do we need? We need vellum. Oh my gosh, I could cry that vellum is back. I love vellum so much. So vellum, if you're not familiar, it's this paper. It's kind of see-through, but it's not window sheet see-through. It's a little bit, what's the word? It's milky. What's that word? Anyway, opaque? I don't know. I don't know. You guys can laugh at me if I got that wrong. Anyway, we're going to cut a piece of this to die cut out our star from Ornamental Christmas. So Julie recommends cutting this to 4 by 4. Since it's a scrap, I'll just leave it. So this is 4 by 6 here. And then we need some basic white. Let's see if I have scrap. That's thick. There we go. We've got some scrap of basic white. We're going to cut, so the piece that says that is a scrap for a label, that's actually a punched label that you have in your kit, so you can ignore that one. And we're going to cut this at 3 1/2 by 5. Okay, and then we're going to cut another piece that is, let me make sure that's long enough. Yeah, it is. 2 7/8 by 5 1/8. Okay, so got those pieces. And then we want from our little packet here, so this punched label is what we're going to grab here. Translucent, thank you. Oh, that's funny. My doggy niece can hear my voice, so she's looking for me. Sadie, I'm in the basement. I'll see you later. Anyway, she was snoring so loud today because I work from home, and she was just snoring super duper loud, and it was quite cute, but she actually woke herself up. All right, then we need some DSP, and we need a lot of DSP. We're going to use the Modern Christmas, so the black and white and gold. And let's see, we're going to start with that tree pattern that is on, it's got like the white background. We might have, I don't know if this is going to be big enough. Not quite. Okay, we're going to cut a new piece. That's all right. So we're going to cut this. I'm going to go this way. We want it to be tall, so we're going to cut at 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, we've got that piece. And then we want that really fun circle piece that's got the black circles and then the gold circle in there. Or it's white circles. Anyway, you know what I mean. This one. Oh, wait, we have a scrap. I don't know. Are you like that? Do you like to use your scraps up first? Anyway, this piece here that has the scribbles on the back. We're going to cut this at 5 1/4. And then we're going to cut 3 strips that are 3/4. 3/4. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. I gotta slide them down so I can pick them up. And then we want, what is that? The star. So we're gonna use the star pattern. And of course you can switch up your DSP and use anything you'd like. Let's see. Star pattern has the black trees. Okay, so on our final project, we're going to need this tree piece. If you want to use the same DSP as in the tutorial, but we're going to want a piece of this that is 6 by 12 and is vertical, right? So cut here. So I want to keep that in mind when I cut. So I'm going to turn this over knowing that my trees are, you know, going up and down. And we're going to cut this. Let's cut it at 3 inches. And hopefully that will be all right because we're going to need some for another project too. And you know what? If we end up not having enough, then we just switch for something else, right? Okay, then, so we've got 3 by 3/4. All right, and then we need a piece that is 5 by 2 3/4. Okay, so we've got that. I think that's all of our pieces. I think we got it all. All right, all right. Okay, so let's go ahead and then we can start. You know what, I'm going to check something in this tutorial really fast. I think on Ange's project tomorrow we also use that star. Okay, if you cut your paper like I just cut my paper, your star piece, we should be good for all the projects to do them as the tutorial states. That's, I mean, fingers crossed we didn't make a mistake, but we should be okay. And we can always switch if we need to. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Kathy. All right, so we have got all of our pieces then. We've got lots of fun pieces. And you know what we're going to start with? We're actually going to start with die cutting because all we have to die cut for this project is our cute star. So out of Ornamental Christmas, we're going to grab this. Now this is like a detailed intricate die, but it's not thin. So that's really nice because you've got lots of room for adhesive. Okay, so let's grab our die cutting machine. And we are going to die cut this out of the vellum. So cute because it ends up being so subtle, but it's stunning. And I'm seriously telling you that when they were like, we have vellum, it just dropped in our latest online exclusive release at the beginning of the month. And when they were like, we're bringing back vellum, I was like, I could cry because I love vellum so much and I missed it a lot when it went out. Okay, I'm going to set that down. I'll poke out all the stuff later and from the die, but we'll get these. Cute, right? Look how fun that is. Okay. The rest of that vellum scrap you can save for later. And now we can stamp and assemble. And this one is like Easy peasy, okay? So we're gonna grab the largest basic white rectangle, and we're also going to grab that punch. I think this is called Labeled with Love. I believe that's the name of the punch. Let me see if Julie tells us. I'm sure she does. Yes, Labeled with Love punch. So cute. And we are going to grab 2 sentiments here, both from Ornamental Christmas. We've got 'Tis the Season, and then we've got this one, Wishing You Peace and Joy. How sweet is that? I know, Kathy, I'm right there with you. I just love vellum, and I've already purchased maybe 5 packs of the stuff just for my own use. Because I don't know, I just love it. All right, we're gonna stamp these in Real Red ink. Yeah, last time when we had vellum before, it was 8.5 by 11. This stuff is 12 by 12. Okay, and then on this piece, we're going to go ahead and stamp this Wishing You Peace and Joy. But when they went out, I was doing a class, I don't even remember which class, but I was doing a class with vellum, and they had announced it was leaving and whatever, and I was done bawling my eyes out, right, because I love vellum, and I realized I didn't have enough for the class. So I went to Michael's and I bought some for the class because desperate times call for desperate measures, right? And then I came home and I found a secret stash of Stampin' Up! Vellum, and it was awesome. Anyway, oh, I forgot. We need to score these. Let me flip my tutorial back. We need to score these red pieces. Silly me. Okay, grab your trimmer or your scoreboard. We need to score these. Sorry about that. I got too excited about this card. Okay, we're going to line up on the long side and we're going to score our card base. So this is the bigger piece. We're going to score it at 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy, just like that, right? And then we're going to take our smaller Real Red piece here and again line it up on the long side, and we are going to score at 1/2 inch and 1.5 inches. Okay, look at that. At least I remembered. I was like, I need to fold this, and then I was like, oh, there's nowhere to fold it. Okay, let's go ahead and we can burnish our score line. So I've got my card base to start. And we are just going to fold it all in because we're going to create a column. So all these scores are going to go the same way. And then on this first flap here, the skinniest section, I am going to add some seal. Could also add liquid glue. That was not on the track when I ran it. Got all gummy. You know what we do with the gummies? We stick them on the card. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to fold this on the second score line. So where we scored it at 2. I'm going to fold it flat and then fold my card over and press down. Okay. And that's going to create our column. How fun is that? Isn't that neat? Okay. So let's go ahead and decorate. We are going to start here with our largest star piece and our basic white rectangle that we did not stamp on. Add some seal to the back of the DSP. Layer that onto the basic white mat. That rhymed. Okay, add some seal on the back of that. And then this is going to go in this larger open section. So I just find it easier to tilt it kind of to the side to get this lined up. And I'm just eyeballing the margins here. But it can pretty much go centered. Just like so. That looks good. Okay. All right, then we're going to take those 3 strips of DSP, the circle ones, / backside is the squiggly line. Add some adhesive to the back of those strips. And then these are going to go on the 3 columns that we can see. So I find it easiest to just push this flat and then line them up. Okay, there's 1. There's 2, and then I push it flat the other way. And there's 3. Okay, just like so. All right, then let's take this other piece of our Real Red, and we're going to burnish this on the score lines as well. If you want to use liquid glue or tear and tape for this, you could do that as well. And here's what I'm going to do. So my column is up right now. This center one, right, you've got the DSP on the sides. This center DSP piece, this is what we're going to put our adhesive on, okay? Not on the sides, just on this top column. So I'm going to push this closed, So you can see it right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some seal right on the edge here, but not all the way down, just where I know that that real red can cover it, okay? Just like so. And what I'm going to do is just fold this piece in like so, flip it so you've got that full side. I don't know how to describe this, so hopefully this helps. So those scored pieces are going to be underneath because that's eventually going to get glued to our star DSP. So this is the flat side here, right? And I'm just going to place this where it appears to be centered on this little DSP strip, okay? And push that down. All right, so it's like this. You see that? So this piece is still loose for now. We're going to add some adhesive here. So then on that 1/2 inch flap, just add your seal, your liquid glue, your Seal Plus, tear and tape, whatever. I went over the score line, so I'm just going to use my finger to push that back where I want it. Like so. I think I got it all. And then I'm just going to tuck this back under. Okay, so you can see it's flat all the way, and just push down. So my card is completely flat right now, nothing's sticking off any edges or anything like that. And then when you pick this up, it's going to be attached just like that. Isn't that cool? Oh, I love it. It looks so fancy, but it's really so simple. All right, then we'll take that tree DSP, backside is the polka dots, and adhere this to this larger front panel. And I find it easier just to squish it back closed to get things adhered. This way it'll fit in an envelope too, so it's awesome. And then we're going to take our vellum star, and I'm just going to add, since I like to use tape, seal, I'm going to add some seal right to the center of that star. And like I said, it's a big enough star, so you've got lots of room there for seal. And we'll just tack that down on the left side of that front DSP panel. Does that work? Okay. Next up, we're going to grab our basic beige ribbon. I'm going to cut, I don't know, if I had to guess, I would say that's like 6 inches. I'm going to cut some of that. And I'm just going to pick kind of in the center of the DSP because I know my sentiment will cover this. I just ran some seal here. Let's see if it will pick up there. Oh, I just had it. There's the sticky. You can see the sticky right there. And we're going to make a little ribbon, right, or a loop here, and stick this guy down here. Okay, and then we can take our sentiment and pop that up on a couple of dimensionals. Peel off the backings and add that to the front. Make sure we cover, if you have any exposed adhesive, make sure to cover that from the ribbon, okay? All right, we're gonna add some embellishments, but before we do that, let's work on the back side / the inside of the card. What you would use normally as an inside of the card, we're putting that on the back. So we've got this little DSP strip, that's just to decorate this basic white piece. So I'm just gonna place it at the bottom. You could really place it wherever. Okay, and then we're going to flip this piece over and add some adhesive and stick that right onto the back of the card. Okay, just like so. So cute. All right, what do you say we add some embellishments? So what I like to do, we're going to use our loose gold sequins. Now these are loose, right? So they don't have adhesive on the back. So here's the best way. And yes, I'm about to say the best way is liquid glue. My preferred way anyway. You just pick random spots, but I'm just going to put a little dot of liquid glue right on that tree DSP. And try to be careful that it doesn't ooze out. And I'm just going to do 3, I think. Just put a little dot of glue there. And open up your sequins. And I like to take my putty end of my take your pick tool and just pick up sequins, big, small, whatever size you want, and put them right on those glue dots. Okay, and they might want to stick to you, especially if you put it on, maybe I shouldn't have put it on the gold part of the DSP. It might give you a little bit more fight. But just going to add those on, and sometimes it wants to stick to the putty end, so when I pick up, I put my finger under there too to kind of tell it to stay. And one more. And I just look for the sequins that are facing up and just grab them with my take your pick tool. But just like that, isn't that cute? All right, let's close that before we spill them. There is our card. What do you think? I just think it's so stunning. I love the red with the black and white. Oh, it's just that beautiful pop of color, the little sequins. There's the back side. And then, of course, as I mentioned, it folds flat so you can mail it in a regular envelope. Isn't that cool? Oh, I love it. All right, that is card number 1 or project number 1 for tonight. Let's go on to project 2. Take a quick drink. And we are going to switch over and make our cute little treat holder. Oh, it's so fun. I just love that. Okay, let me pull the PDF. And you know what? I'm going to stand that up so I can see it. And we are going to grab our pieces for this. So grab your trimmer. I know, isn't it cute? It is very fancy. I think so too. Oh, yes. I'm glad you guys love it. I'm glad you're really enjoying this series too. That just makes my heart happy. Like, I like doing things that you enjoy, you know? Yay, I'm glad. Okay, so we are going to grab our cardstock to start. I need to put the rest of my scrap of vellum in here. Okay, and we are going to grab Garden Green. And you know what? I don't know. I know we cut some yesterday, I think, but is it going to be big enough? We will find out together. Look, I have a couple of scraps of this, so I'm sure we can make it work, right? Okay, so we are going to cut one piece at, oh, I'm sorry, we need 2 pieces that are 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And don't get rid of these little scraps because we might be able to use them. Okay, 4, that should have been in half, yep. So there's our 2 pieces. And then we need 2 pieces that are 1 1/4 by 4 1/2. So what I'm going to do, 1 1/4 times 2 is 2 1/2. So I'm going to cut it like this so I don't cut too much. So then I'm going to cut this at 4 1/2. And then cut these down to the 1 1/4. And we need 2 of them. Okay, so there we go. And then we need 1 by 2 3/4. And I think one of these will work just fine. Okay. Yes, look at that. Oh, we need 2 of those. We need 2 of those. Okay, here we go. 1 by 2 3/4. All right, and then it says scrap for a circle punch, but really it's the circle punch in your little die cut package. This is the, I think it's the 2 3/8 inch circle. Okay, look, we're down to just 1 die cut. Can you believe it? Okay, we've got those. Then we need real red cardstock, and we need a longer piece, so we might have to cut into something new, but let's see if we've got a scrap in here that'll do the trick. I think that's going to be, maybe this will work. No, it won't. Oh, who am I joking? We need a new piece. Okay, we're going to cut this at 4 3/4 by 7 1/2, which is just cutting off an inch. So we'll just cut off an inch. And then I'm just going to use this instead of my scoreboard for this one. We're going to score this at 1 1/2. Okay, got that. Then we need a piece of basic white that is 4 by 4. I love when you have scrap pieces that will just do the trick for you. Okay. We need a scrap piece for Santa and the label. What do we have? Do we have any scraps left over in here? I'm sure we've all got lots of basic white scraps, right? We don't, so we'll just cut one. That's all right. I'm just going to cut this into a 1/4 sheet again, just to make it a little bit easier to manage. Okay. That's a scrap piece. And then we move on to our DSP. So I'm going to close up my cardstock. And we're going to use the North Pole Delivery DSP. So we want that green pattern that we used on our slide out box the other day. this guy right here, and we're going to cut this at 4 by 4. I love this pattern. It's so fun. This is really random, but there's a pajama company that I like to shop from, and they just launched their Christmas line, and they had a postage stamp, Christmas postage stamp patterned pajamas, and you know I bought them right away, because how can you not, right? All right, and then we want the pattern that is real busy with letters. So this is the side, this looks like I was talking about this yesterday. This looks like my Sadie dog, my doggy niece, except Sadie doesn't have a tail because she's a mini Australian Shepherd, and I guess when they're born, the people who bred them or whatever do something with the tail. We'll leave it at that. I don't know why, but I guess that's like a normal thing. Anywho, when my sister got her, she already didn't have a tail. So, okay, we're going to use this side, anywho, with all the letters, and we're going to cut this at 1 by 4 1/4, and we need 2 pieces. Okay, so there's that. So just a little strip of this. I like this pattern too. I think it's fun. It shows like Santa's mailroom, right? Just piles and piles of letters. And that, I believe, are all of our... Oh, you know what? We need one more thing. In your kit, you're going to have a clear envelope. Oh, that's the DSP, Melissa. You're going to have a clear envelope. We need that as well. So let's find that. A cello bag works as well, but the clear envelopes are great because these are, they fit the same size card as like our regular envelopes do. So we've got that. Let's go ahead and I'm going to flip this so that I can see the project as we go, and we're going to start assembling this one. Okay, so let's start with stamping because that's the funnest place to start. We're going to grab that scrap white, and we're going to grab our sentiments. What do we want? We want Santa's coming to town, and we want Santa. So let's start with Santa. We've got our Tuxedo Black Memento ink. Go ahead and ink him up. And I did not re-ink my black since we last met. Okay, we're just going to stamp that on our scrap. And then, oh, that looks pretty good though. I don't know. Anyway, and then we're going to grab our real red ink and stamp Santa's coming to town. Now we're going to die cut this out with the label in Festive Friends, so leave a little bit of room at the sides so that you have room for that label die, okay? All right, close that up, and then we're going to color in Santa. So we're going to use real red, smoky slate, and ivory, or whatever you want to use for skin tone, to color him in. So I'm going to start with my real red and color in his hat and his coat with the dark, so just a little bit of shading. And color in the rest with the light. I like to color in circular motions to pull that color all together, blend those colors together, the dark and the light. You can also use blends with other colors. So you could use like a real red and Poppy Parade and Cherry Cobbler together if you wanted. You know, lots of options here. Okay. And color, color, color. I love coloring, so this is a really fun set. As soon as I saw Festive Friends, I knew I needed it. Hi Pam, welcome. It's all right that you're late. We're just glad you're here. Okay, then we're gonna grab our smoky slate and we're gonna do the mittens and the boots in smoky slate today. So just a little bit different. We've been doing them a few times now in basic black. So just something a little bit different, not as dark. Okay. You could also use like gray granite. I almost said pebbled path, which is a retired color. If you have pebbled path, that would look really nice too. All right, then we're going to color in his face and his ears and his nose. Okay. And again, you can choose if you want to do the nose or not. I like to, because I don't think he would have like a white nose from his beard. Or I don't know that his beard would like fully cover his nose. I don't know, but it's up to you. So you can color Santa purple if you want. Okay, so we've got that all colored. We have some more stamping to do, but let's go ahead and die cut these out. We are going to grab our Santa die, and we're going to grab some new Post-it note tape because after our video yesterday, I designed December Club and, you know, sent my Post-it note tape like it got its use. So we got to replace it. And then we're going to take our fun little label die here as well and go ahead and line that up. And, you know, I'm going to grab even more. Sometimes I just use one piece of Post-it note tape, but I actually kind of prefer using two because I feel like if you just use one, it still kind of can move on you. And if you use two, it's pretty stuck. So let's go ahead and die cut these out. And then we'll do the rest of our stamping and then we will assemble. And hopefully you found some mints by now. I know, Pebbled Path is a really good color. I agree, Crystal. That was a good one. Maybe it'll make a return someday because, you know, that's known to happen. I guess Poppy Parade was, I mean, it's a current red now, but it came out originally as an in color, so it went away and then it came back. We've had a few colors like that, but okay, so there's our label and our Santa Claus. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so we've got these guys. And then for the rest of our stamping, we want this basic white piece here. And we are going to grab our, we're going to grab our real red ink to start and grab the sentiment that says, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." Go ahead and just stamp this kind of in the center here. It's kind of, again, like, you know, what you would write on the inside. Oh, that's awful. Good thing we have two sides. I guess I didn't push down all the way on that left side. Okay, that looks fully inked now. Anyway, this is like the equivalent of writing on the inside of the card. All right. Close up that red, and then we're going to grab Garden Green, and we're using the Christmas tree from the Festive Friends bundle, although you could really use any of them. Ink that up, and then stamp that in the lower right. And if you want to stamp a couple, you could do that also. Okay. All right, close up our Garden Green, and let's go ahead and assemble. Are you excited? I know, I agree too. It is such a fun set to play with. It's so cute. This is one where, like, I don't know, I could just see like years and years and years and years of use out of it. Okay, so here's where we're going to start. We're going to grab one of those Garden Green squares. Now remember, everything with Garden Green we cut twice, or two of, except for that punched circle. So just grab one of those larger squares, and we're going to grab that square of DSP. Add some adhesive to the back, and then layer this onto our Garden Green mat. Okay, just like so. Then we've got these two funny little like strips of Garden Green, and these are going to get adhered next. So add some adhesive. And then these, I'll show you when I'm done here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to place one on the left and one on the right. The one on the left is probably, gosh, maybe half an inch from the edge. So I'm going to do the same thing with the one on the right. You want enough space in between these because we're going to adhere our mints. Okay, so you adhere them down like that. It looks like an equal sign. Go ahead and adhere those down. And then what I do, we're going to grab our mints. And these mints that came in your kit are so cute because they're real red and Garden Green. They just match. What I found easiest is to start with the middle mint. So on both strips, I just added a piece of, or a little bit of seal. And we're just going to take our mints, and, you know, I just make sure like they're fully closed because sometimes that just happens. And then I look for the side that's flatter because that's going to stick to our adhesive better, and just go ahead and push those down. Just grab a couple of them. Okay, and I just found it easier to get those added first. And then I'll do, you could do the top or the bottom. I'll just do the top next. And add those because you don't want to add your adhesive right away. Because you might, you know, under or overestimate exactly how far it needs to be, you know, and you don't want anything exposed, so any seal exposed. So we're just going to set those down like so. Isn't that cute? So these are all stuck. Now this is going to be kind of heavy. right? So cute. Again, you could add like Ghirardelli squares. I don't have any close by, but I almost want to say you could maybe fit like 4 on here. Maybe just 2. I don't know. Try it. Let me know. Okay, and then we're going to grab our clear envelope, and I'm going to slide these in where when I seal it, the seam is going to be on the back side. Okay, so just go ahead and slide that in here. I don't know what I'm caught on. Something. There we go. Okay, so this is, the clear envelope can fit 4 1/4, but we cut this piece down to, maybe it is 4 1/4. Anyway, it's a little bit bigger, but with that bulk in there, fits perfectly. And then you can kind of decide when you seal this, you could either just do it loosely like this, or you can fold it all the way down. I'm just going to do it loosely. Actually, I would recommend doing it loosely. If I can find the backing. There we go. Peel off the backing, and we're just going to adhere this. So I'm just lightly folding that over, and I'm leaving space at the top. So I take back what I said earlier about folding it all the way down. You want to leave some space at the top because we're going to glue this into that real red piece, and you want this to, you know, have a little bit more to hold on to that's not like your candy piece, so you can see more of the candy piece, right? Okay, so once we've got that, we're going to grab that real red piece, and we've got that score line, so go ahead and burnish that. Now this little flap, that's going to be the front, and then back here, the larger section is going to be the back. So what I'm going to do, my flap here, I've got it on the right, and I'm just going to add lots of seal, like a lot. Now anything on this small flap, it's going to get folded over and hidden. Just be careful when you do this larger piece here so that you don't have any, you know, seal that's too far down, okay? But you can see I just added a lot of adhesive here. We're going to take this piece, and I kind of just get it set where I want based on the bottom and the sides, and press that in, and then we just fold this over. Just like so, and go ahead and press that down, and then it's kind of attached there. Isn't that cool? That's so fun. Now, if you wanted to add staples or something for extra, just like assurance that everything's going to stay together, you could do that. I would do it now before we cover with DSP, but I think it'll be okay. So let's go ahead then, and we are going to take that basic white square that we stamped on, add some seal, and then adhere this to our other garden green square. Okay, add some seal to the back of that. And, oh, we got gummies again. I don't know why my seal, it's definitely user error, but I keep running it off the track. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to flip this guy over. And again, I look at the bottom and the sides just to make sure that looks about even, and go ahead and press that down. So cute. Okay, then with our our longer strips of garden green, we're going to take our DSP and adhere those. Okay, so just add some seal, and then adhere these down. One's going to go on the back and one's going to go on the front. So if one of the DSP strips maybe you don't love quite as much, since they are thinner strips, you can put that on the back. So like this one I like because you can see the top of the envelope there. I don't know, I like that one. So we're going to add this other one to the back side here. And that's just going to go up at the top. And it is longer than that garden green square, so keep that in mind. Cute, right? That's the back side. Isn't that fun? I love that. And then we've got this piece for the front. And we can go ahead and adhere this. It's so cute. Okay, so let's then go ahead and add our punched circle. It's going to go up at the top, kind of on the right-hand side, and I'm going to just add my seal directly on the DSP. Just because this doesn't quite go down, it kind of angles up depending on where you put your mint. So I'm going to have it only hang off that bottom of the flap, just a smidge. And I don't want any exposed adhesive left over on the circle there, okay? So we've got that. Take our sentiment and add some dimensionals to the back of that, and pop this up onto that top flap here. Make sure you put it right side up. And I'm going to set it, where it's overlapping a little. If you want to grab your Santa, you can kind of eyeball where it should go based on where you're going to place Santa. So that looks good to me. And then we can take Santa and add some dimensionals. And I'm going to add them mostly kind of towards his right-hand side because that left-hand side is going to overlap with our sentiment. So I might add a little bit of seal over there and stick this down. Oh, he's so cute. And you know what? That might have gone, my dimensional went a little too high. So we're just going to peel that up. And I just, you know, you tear apart your card a little bit sometimes. Just happens that kind of looks like not a salvageable dimensional. So let's get a new one. And we're going to sneak that under his hat because I totally forgot not to put that too high. Okay, that's better. We don't want it to get stuck to anything, right? Right? Okay. Then we'll take our beautiful garden green chevron ribbon. This is really like my favorite ribbon right now. It's just so cute. It's not twine, but it's thin. It's a thin ribbon. It's easy to tie bows with, and it's just cute. It's so cute. And for multiple occasions, like Christmas. Look how beautiful it is on these Christmas projects, but also you could use it for spring. So many different things. So just tie a little bow with that. Okay. And then we're going to put the knot on a dot and pick that up with take your pick tool or your fingers, whatever. And then I'm going to adhere this, though, even though our sentiment is up on dimensionals, this little knot is smaller than this little star here. So I'm going to adhere it right to the center, which is actually adhering it to the DSP, but I still think it's cute. If you want to put it right on the label, you could do that as well. And then we're going to take our deer dots. Oh, I love this project so much. Just grab a big and a little of the red and stick those on like so. And that is that. That is our second project for today. What do you think of this one? Oh, I love that. That is so cool. Yeah, Crystal, that would work too if you used your take your pick tool to push the exposed part in. Yes. There was a little bit more. I think it would have just been a little funky. So I just, you know, ripped some cardstock. Anyway. Yes, I know, right? So you could use them as place setting card stocking stuffers. They're all really great ideas. I don't know why my camera's having a hard time focusing again today. There we go. Maybe I can't hold it super high. I don't know. That's in focus. Who knows? Anyway, here are the two projects we made today. Super duper cute. We've got our fun fold, our column card here, and we've got this cute little treat holder. And this is not hard to make, right? So cute. What else could you put in here? You could even make this a little bit longer, and I bet you could sneak in like a hot chocolate packet, maybe some mini candy canes, right? Because you don't really have to worry about like the bulk. Like, look how thick that is. You could definitely fit quite a few like things in here. Good things. All right, so those are the two projects for today. We are officially halfway through. I can't believe that. So I hope you'll join me again tomorrow on Thursday, November 20th. Oh my gosh, November 20th. At 5 p.m. Central Time, I'll be live here again. I mentioned this. I work from home. Except for a few days a year, we have to go in office, and we go in office tomorrow. I should be home with plenty of time to go live, but who knows about my throat because I don't talk a lot. And usually after my in-person days, my throat's a little sore from all the talking, so I got to remember to bring my water bottle. Anyway, all right, just a reminder, if you don't already have the PDF and you would like this, there are two ways I am offering it to you. For this week only through Saturday, I am offering it for free with an order in my online store, $50 or more before tax and shipping and after stamp and rewards are applied. You can go to shop.stampwithmelissa.com, grab whatever is on your wish list, maybe a gift. Kits are great for gifts. Scrapbooking workshop kits or our card making kits, both of those are great for gifts or just for you. And it's nice sometimes just to have a project that's already designed and you just put it together. It just brings me so much joy. I love it. And I know several of you feel the same way. But anyway, the second way you can get this is also just by purchasing it directly from my PDF store. That's any time of the year, 24/7, 365 days a year. Anytime you can grab that from my PDF store. The links for both of those are in the description of this video. But otherwise, as I mentioned, day 4 tomorrow. Do you want a sneak peek? Let me see if I can find one of them. I've got the pile of things. Oh my gosh. Tomorrow we are making the cutest. Look at this. You need to come back. Look at how cute this is. You know what it is? It's an ornament, right? Oh, but it's also a gift card holder. That's all you get to see. Anyway, so come back tomorrow. Crystal, the PDF is $25 if you buy it from my PDF store. And it's got all 12 projects. It's got pictures, measurements, instructions, supplies, all that good stuff. Yeah, so all right, thanks so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow and take care till then. Bye for now.